Good afternoon and welcome aboard. This is HeadTrip Air. For those of you who may have been noticing a few live streams hitting YouTube over the last, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, those were our pre-test flights, mostly learning how to set up a stream. And we had a few really fun guests on. Now, I do think I have a few of those saved to my hard drive, so I may upload them at another time, but I certainly don't have all of them. So we've kind of lost all that preseason stuff, but this is the official first episode of HeadTrip Air World Tour. And if you're wondering what on earth is HeadTrip Air World Tour, well, I guess stick around for the ride and you'll find out just along the ride with us, because I'm not 100% sure either. But I did want to spend that first month just trying to figure out what I wanted. First of all, years and years ago, I had a nephew. Both of us liked video games. I'm about, I don't know, I would say 25 years older than he, roughly, maybe 20. In any event, we'd talk video games a lot, and we'd talk all kinds of common interests in technology. For whatever reason, both me and him had an interest in Flight Simulator all the way back. I don't know. I think it was Flight Simulator. What was it, 2007 or something like that? I don't remember. I'll be honest, I don't remember all the iterations. I know it eventually went up to the last one, Flight Simulator X, and we always had this running joke that we were going to do a multiplayer co-op flight together, and I think it was from the United States somewhere to the UK. Or it would make up a place that we wanted to go. Well, we always said that. We had this big dream of doing that, and he got older, I got older, and we had good intentions, but it never really panned out. So just a couple years ago, I think, a few years ago now, maybe, we decided, okay, we're just gonna bite the bullet and do it. And it was before this new Microsoft Simulator 2020 came out, and it was one night he came over and says, okay, we're gonna do it. He came over, he brought his machine, I brought my machine, and from what I remember, excuse me, he didn't have a copy of the game. I don't know if we were intending to try to run two. I don't know what we were thinking, but he didn't have a copy of the game. So guess what? First step is we download Microsoft Flight Simulator on another computer and say, okay, we'll be up in the air in minutes. Well, for anyone who has ever flown in a Microsoft Flight Simulator, you never plan on just downloading the software and then jumping into the cockpit. It's more like download the software, come back tomorrow, and maybe you'll jump in the cockpit. And so it was kind of funny. We spent the whole evening, laughing and looking at a download progress bar. So that didn't really work out great. Finally, when I don't know if we excuse me, I got a cough. Turn off my microphone there so we don't cough into your ears. Anyways, so long story short, when we eventually did get together, we got together and we learned really quickly we just didn't know how to fly these planes. It's not like you hop in and this is an arcade flight game where you just hop in and left, right, up, down, shoot your missiles and off to the races, right? You gotta learn how to start these things up, learn where all the hotkeys are, learn your controls. And so that entire experience was just sitting down trying to figure out how the crap to start up a plane and how to get it off the ground. And he's like, hey, you take the left hand of the keyboard, I'll take the right hand of the keyboard. I was like, no, man, that's not, you just take it. I'll watch, And I remember I think we took off somewhere in California, and he flew around like Anaheim. He's like, oh, we got to find Disneyland or something like that. And I remember him just flying and trying over and over again to land at, I think it was some airport in Orange County. And so, that was our version of a co-op. We really never got a chance to do a co-op mission together, fly side by side. We're in the same airspace. From one destination to the other, and we always wanted to do that. So years later, right, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 comes out, and it blows. Interestingly enough, I'd kind of been paying attention to it, really excited. Oh, got a new flight simulator coming out, because it seemed like Microsoft kind of abandoned the project for a while. Either that, or that was my impression. But I kind of was keeping track of it, but not very closely. And I remember one day getting on the computer and just kind of, once in a while I'd just go browse through Steam and go, oh, I wonder what new games are. And literally, I think it was that day or the day before that Flight Simulator was released. Totally surprised. And I'm like, oh my God. I mean, I hit the buy button. I bought the best version you could buy, the premium deluxe or whatever it is, and download we go, only to realize, it might not be a day before I come back. It might be a week. I mean, it was like 120 gigabyte download or something like that. But that was even more exciting. And then I realized, oh crap, there is no way my computer is going to run anything. So what's the next step, right? You're in the car and you're headed to Best Buy. And that's exactly what I did. And I don't buy new computers very often. I really don't. I think the last computer I had built, and it was so expensive to build, and it was like one of those elite systems, and I was like, forget it, never again. I'm too old. But here we go. We went, and I didn't, run off and buy just a cutting edge elite system, but it was an Alienware and had pretty good specs, and that's what we're running on now. So as soon as I got into this game, I realized, oh my gosh, this is unreal. I can go anywhere in the world, and it just felt like I was there. And there was a lot of places I knew of and was familiar with, and I'd fly around, and I'm like, oh, this is unbelievable. I'm one of those guys that kind of picks up Google Maps on my mobile phone, right before I go to bed, and just kind of browses Google Maps and let's just explore, right? Let's just explore the map, see where all this leads. And you just find new places, and then you have new dreams of wanting to maybe vacation there one day, and you never have the money to do it, so you just keep dreaming, right? And once in a while, you get the chance to go visit some of these just amazing places. Well, Flight Simulator just kind of filled that niche, scratched that itch, and ever since I've just been completely hooked. It's like, I don't even know I need to play any other games. Because for me, this isn't a game. For me, this is just, I don't know, it's therapy. It's just, after a long day work or stressful situation, you come, hop in a plane, and take off, and it's free. And when I say free, I mean you got to buy the software, and you got to buy all the add-ons. And then you got to buy the hardware, and then you got to buy a new computer from Best Buy, clearly. And now that I think about it, it is not free at all. Not even close to it. What am I thinking? But hey, it feels free. That's the important part. And you can sit in a cockpit on a lazy Sunday, and you look around, and you're just, oh my gosh, you know what? Who needs to vacation, right? I mean, vacations are just long drives and fighting with the kids, right? Honestly, though, and by the way, I love road trips, but this was one of those things where I was like, okay, Jeff, we got to start playing this again. And we did hop in one or two times and actually flew together down at like Argentina, some amazing place. Oh, it was just beautiful. And it was just like, wow, this is incredible. Okay, that's part one to my story. And by the way, I call this a lazy Sunday because this episode is more of an introduction to the series and the various types of episodes you can expect in the future. So I don't even know that we'll start up the engine. We probably will. We may just start up the engine and maybe taxi around the taxiways for a little while, take a little drive. But the whole point of this episode is just kind of let you know my thought process and why I'm streaming at all. And frankly, it took me about that entire month. I'd never done a live stream before. I'd really never even uploaded many YouTube videos. I watch a lot of YouTube, and my girls watch way too much YouTube. My wife likes YouTube too, but it's an amazing world we live in. We learn a lot of things. If you want to learn how to do something, you hop on YouTube. If you want to experience something, you hop on YouTube. It is just a fascinating thing. So it took me about a month, like I say, to figure out why I wanted to stream, and even if I wanted to stream. And I thought, well, what's the point, right? Why don't you just hop in your plane, fly your missions, or just fly whatever, and just enjoy it and not worry about it. And I would have been perfectly happy doing that. But as I thought about it, I thought, why do I want to live stream? And I thought, the reason why I want to live stream primarily is, well, number one, I'm kind of just addicted to learning how to do things, and trying to figure it out. And I have a really bad reputation because my reputation is such that I learn how to do something, I get really enthused about it, really excited about it, and then I just kind of disappear. Like, it's like, okay, I got to move on to something else. Or I just get too busy, right? You just get too busy and you just can't spend my entire, if you were a full-time paid YouTuber with tons of monetization of your videos, then that's fantastic. But I just don't even have really the desire to go down that route. I don't want my enjoyable moments or my play moments to become my work, if that makes sense. I've said that before with the places I go on vacation. Right now, probably have no idea where we're sitting. You go, okay, well, I know it's raining. I know it's pretty wet out there. Looks like there's some nice trees, a lot of fog coming in and out, mists coming in and out. Where the heck are we? Well, if you know anything about me, you know exactly where I'm at, because it's one of my all-time passions in life. I absolutely love the Oregon coast. Anybody who knows me knows that. This leads me to part 2 of why I decided to do a live stream, because my wife and I spend, neither one of us have family on the Oregon coast. Neither one of us, grew up there or anything like that. It goes all the way back to 2008, I believe, where we'd been married a few years and we'd been going on vacations. And my wife just kept telling me, it's like, we need to do like a road trip to the Oregon coast. And I was like, meh. I was like, there's so many places I want to see. I hadn't even seen really a lot of Southern California. I hadn't gone up to, Seattle was kind of interesting, and even I haven't really been out of the country much, at all. I'd been back to North Carolina, so beautiful, lush trees in the Appalachian Mountains back there. But there was just so many other places that in my mind I thought I wanted to go than Oregon. Oregon, like, sounds great, but it's like, it's Oregon, right? I mean, think of all the luxurious, and I don't know if luxurious is the word, but just exotic places that in your mind you think you want to go. Well, so we went on several vacations, and we went down to San Diego, and we went on a cruise and other places. Finally, she convinces me. We just had our first baby, like 8 months old. She's like, I don't know how the road. I was like, oh my, this is going to be interesting, taking an 8-month-old on the road, from Utah to Oregon. But we did it. We put the Smurfs on a video in the back, and that worked out really well, actually. And my daughter, I don't know if she really has any kind of association with the Smurfs, but boy, she loved the Smurfs back then, and she watched a lot of it on that trip. We drove to Oregon, and the very first place we started at Crescent City, California, right on the border, right over the border of the southern border of Oregon, and we just started working our way up. And I got there, and as I'm driving along that road, I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, I didn't know there was this beautiful of coastline, like in the mainland. You think of these exotic places like, the islands out in the sea, and Hawaii and Kauai and all that stuff. And you go, I didn't expect to see that in Oregon. I mean, I knew there was, Haystack Rock. I mean, I'd seen pictures of it, I'm sure, but I'm driving along, and I'm thinking, this is fabulous. This is gorgeous. And we'd stop. The first place we stopped was Harris Beach State Park. And then we just kept going, and we went up, through the Samuel Boardman Scenic Corridor, and we worked our way up through Gold Beach and Port Orford, and kept going. And our first, it was a pretty quick drive, which you don't really want to do Oregon that way. But we landed in Yachats, and that's the first place we actually stayed. We camped there in Yachats, and I'm telling you, to this day, that was That was close to 20 years ago. No, well, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was closer to 15 years ago, I think. But we stayed in Yachats, and oh my gosh, man, I was hooked, hook, line, and sinker for Oregon. We stayed in the Overleaf Lodge one night, and we've never stayed there since because it's a little more on, it's luxurious. It's just kind of a nice little resort there. They got this nice little spa pool that overlooks the ocean. It was just, and then of course you got the basalt rocks right back behind the hotel or the lodge. It was awesome. And then we just moved up the road, and I think it was somewhere in Lincoln City, and we and then you're driving by, like, to get up there, you're driving by like Depot Bay. And for any of you who have heard of Depot Bay, and let's see, I'm putting my geography together in my mind. Depot Bay, and there's like Whale Cove on the way up there, and then you hit Lincoln City. We stayed in a little, it was like a VRBO or something like that, or whatever it was back at the time, and with a little hot tub out back, and it was just like, this is unreal. Like, it was better than our honeymoon. It was better than any place I'd gone. And we kept going, and we kept going. And then our second place, I think we stayed up in Seaside that first time. And honestly, we've only stayed like there once. And not to say I don't love Seaside. I love Seaside, but it just isn't one of those places that I typically stay, because there's, I like quaint, I like small, I like sparse, I just like those small little towns that hardly there's no one there. And so, but we did stay at Seaside, and it was wonderful. We stayed at the Rivertide, right there on the river. They got the little paddle boats going on out there, and then, you walk down Seaside, and you're like, oh, the candy shops, and they got the little entertainment center, and then they got the promenade, and all the shopping, and wonderful restaurants, and it was just like, this is awesome. And then, of course, you gotta go up to Astoria, hit the Goonies house. That was, we did the whole coast, but it was a fast blitz, right? Don't get me started on a lazy Sunday, because I could go on about the Oregon coast like all day. But we'll try to bar it down a little bit, be a little sparse, and we'll fill it in later. Because we are going to fly over the Oregon coast eventually on one of these episodes, and I'm going to give you a little tour of the entire coast, or at least break it up into maybe southern, northern, central, whatever. And then inland. Oh my gosh, don't get me started. Hood River Valley, the Willamette Valley. I mean, just stop. Just stop. Anyways, that's okay. That's as much as I'll say about the Oregon coast. But let me get to my point. My point is this. Ever since then, we've been going back, over and over and over. And everybody's going, oh, Wheeler's going up to Oregon coast again. You got family up there? No, we don't got family. Well, let's go. Well, what is it about the Oregon coast? Like, how many people have asked me that question? It's like, I don't know, man. I mean, they're like, isn't it really rainy up there? Well, oh yeah, it gets really rainy. Is it windy? Oh yeah, it's windy. Even in the summer, even in July, right? People go up there and go, oh, it's the middle of summer, I'm going to go up to Oregon coast, and they go in there, and then they're shivering on the coast because those northern kind of trade winds or whatever, they're chilly. I'm going, that's my jackpot. I mean, that is my jackpot right there. So, by the way, Travel Oregon, if you want to hire me, I can't move up there, but if you want to hire me as get one of your just a sponsor. I don't know, not a sponsor because I have no money, but just a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a testimonial. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm all yours. Because I'll send people your way. Now, I don't want to send too many people your way, because that's the beauty of the Oregon coast, right? It's just not as crowded as other close coastlines, especially compared to maybe Southern California and stuff like that. Anyways, okay, I've tried multiple times to stop talking about Oregon, and I just can't do it. But here's why I bring it up, because people now are starting to ask me, oh, where do you like to go? What do you like to see? And I've kind of, over the years, built this itinerary, and every year we go and find something new. And we add it to the little, we got a little Google Maps with all of our pins. And I just add a new pin. And I've got all the places just out of the way, just like a little covered bridge back on a country road that it's not a tourist spot, right? But it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Or a little hike, out on Cape Lookout, and you're walking out. Next thing you know, you look down, and you're looking down the side of a cliff onto this broad, just vast ocean, seeing all the large and small wave patterns out there. Is just takes your breath away. And by the way, another thing is I love to hike in Oregon. I'm not much of a hiker because I get super hot and I'm not, frankly, in the best shape of my life, but you just got that cool air. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not much of a hiker, but you have a family member who wants you to go hiking, and if any of the reasons are like my reasons, go to Oregon, because it's like a default automatic cooling system for your hikes. And then you'll get a rain come down, but then you got the trees to give you a canopy, and it's just, oh my gosh. Okay, so here we go. Why does HeadTrip Air exist? Well, it's been kind of a little brainchild in the back of my head for a little while, and I figured, I've probably told, I've had probably about 30 or more of our neighbors, friends, family, etc. ask me for my quote tour plan for Oregon. And I'm like, it kind of gets comical. I'm like, I kept telling my wife, I was like, I just got to write a book, right? I just need apparently I need to make a travel guide. But I'm like, but come on, man. I'm not a writer per se. I mean, I can write, but I don't have experience doing it. I certainly don't have any experience publishing. And plus, there's like tour guides everywhere, right? And the tour guides like give you a list, give you the yellow pages of all the hotels, all the places to eat, everything like that. And I'm like, I don't know that I want to do that. I just want to let people know how amazing it is and tell them what I know and go have them experience it. And people literally take my tour plan. I kind of feel bad about it because I'm like, I don't even know if you like the same food we like. I don't even know if you like doing the same things we like. And I don't frankly even know if you like Oregon. But I do, And so a lot of them will just follow it. Like, oh yeah, we went here, we went here, we went here. And they're like ticking it off the list. And I'm like, that's incredible. Like, I would never take someone's tour plan and just follow it, because I just like, I like the too much freedom. Like, I want to explore, I want to discover, I want to find things. So anyways, I thought, okay, well, I probably am not going to write a tour guide, at least not anytime soon, but maybe I'll kind of create some type of other content to just kind of get people excited about the places I know. And then I thought, wouldn't it be fun, like, okay, you merge that story with the whole me and my nephew on Flight Simulator, and I thought, well, geez, maybe I'll just kind of create a little live cast or, YouTube channel or whatever, and I'll just, incorporate that. It's like, well, here, I'll just fly over and show you. Now, yeah, I'm not showing them down at ground level, but you'll get the idea, right? You'll get the idea. And you might even get a better idea than reading a tour guide, because you can see it. It's something about seeing, oh, this area has this terrain. Wow, look at that. Look at that big head that comes out into the ocean. Look at that beach. Looks fantastic, And so I thought, maybe I'll do a little, like, unofficial, just hobbyist travel guide YouTube channel. But then I thought, yeah, but there's just so much more you can do with a YouTube channel. And so I kind of went back and forth, and I was struggling with myself. I was like, I don't even know why you want to do a YouTube channel other than to figure out how to do a YouTube channel. And that was work enough. But then I thought, well, let's just gamify it, right? I mean, it's kind of an opportunity to do like a podcast. It's kind of an opportunity to have like a radio show. And I kept pitching the idea to my family and friends. I was like, I think I want to do like a variety show in the sky, And they're like, variety show in the sky. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, that sounds fun to me. I mean, one day you could do like a flight training, like take someone who's never flown a plane before, sit next to them, and you're the co-pilot, and walk them through it and see if they can get off the ground and see if they can land. Another day you could have like a talk show about it as a discussion, and while you're just flying, seeing beautiful country. Another day, maybe you just fly and it's just quiet and you just shut up and you just play some nice music, and someone just checks in while they're at work and they're not really really checked in, but it's just kind of in the background. And they look over on the left of their screen and, oh, okay, that's pretty cool, you know. That's really amazing. I think I want to maybe go there one day. And then you got those people who are the gamers, right? And they want to see some kind of, I don't know, some kind of progression, some kind of achievements, some kind of fun, right? That's where the idea of HeadTrip Air World Tour came in. I thought, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start looking at plugins for this game. And I'm going to start figuring out how I can kind of make this flight sim experience more than just, hey, log in, fly somewhere, and log off. I want to like have it be a space. I want to have it be like a place to hang out, to do stuff, maybe even to chat with friends, maybe to have friends over and experience with me. And that's when I discovered the second reason, or third or fourth or whatever I'm on, of why I want to do a stream. It's because the other passion I have is I like to share experiences with people. And it's frankly one of the reasons why I move on so much, is because I find something new and I'm like, oh gosh, now I gotta, you know, and people are like, well, wait a minute, what about this? We were, you know, just to ask my wife about the World of Warcraft story, right? She's like, oh, you get me into it, and she was into it. And then I was like, okay. I moved on to like Terraria, and she's like, she was so pissed. She is, no, it wasn't. It was, I got her into Minecraft, and then she got into Minecraft big time, and then I got into Terraria. And when I say I got into it, I was just checking it out, and then and that was enough. She was like, I hate it. You get me into stuff, and then you move on to something new, and you know, and it's just the repeat story of my life, I guess, because I guess it keeps me stimulated. I always have to be finding something new. And not only that, I like to share the things I find and the things I really like, right? The things that genuinely I like. I don't want to be on a review channel where I'm like, oh, this is my sponsor and here's what I'm reviewing. And I mean, I love that there's tons of review sites. I use them like daily, right? Constantly. And I'm so grateful for the people who do them, because they're so helpful. And those are the people who make money, because actually they're providing something that we all need, right? But I didn't want to do it. I just want to share the things that I love. And, you know, if I were to just list them down the road, I love the Oregon coast. I kind of have this new passion for simulated flying, and maybe one day do actual flying. You know, it's kind of got me thinking down that road, but that's a long way out. I love space. I love the stars, and that's another thing in this game. Man, if you're flying at night, those constellations are in front of you, and I know those constellations. Like, you can see them, and it's like, holy crap, these guys spent so much time on this game. It's unreal, and they have a 10-year commitment to build this thing out, and we're like, what, a year into it or so? So, number one, can I just thank Asobo, thank Microsoft, and I rarely do that. Who thanks Microsoft, right? But, you know, we all use their stuff daily. So, yeah, you got them at thank Microsoft, because they're part of our lives. For this game, it's awesome. It's like an experience. Anyways, that's me. That may not be you. But if you're on this channel, if you're looking at this, you go, well, you put some keyword in. And I doubt it was HeadTrip Air World Tour. You probably put in Microsoft Flight Simulator. You probably put in maybe one of the areas that we're going to be visiting. Put a keyword in there. Let's say we go to Boise. You maybe put a keyword into Boise, and you're like, I got a road trip to Boise, a business trip, and I got to figure out where to eat. And who knows? Maybe this came up. But for whatever reason, and why ever you're here, and why ever you've actually hung around, listening to someone just chat in a cockpit in a plane that hasn't even been started yet. If you're still here, then I guess this is for you, right? Because you're going, I want to see where this goes. And to be honest, I'm not 100% sure where it's going to go, but I think we're going to enjoy the journey along the way. So I have a few ideas. We'll have the idea is pretty much going forward. Now, this is the first official episode of what I'm going to call the umbrella of HeadTrip Air World Tour. The core part of HeadTrip Air World Tour is the World Tour. And what that means is that we are going to pick a home base, which is, we're going to choose my own, which is Salt Lake City, Utah. We're going to pick a beginner plane like this Cessna 172 G1000 Skyhawk that we're in. And we're going to try to circumnavigate the entire globe, successfully landing and touching down on every single state in the United States, and ideally every single recognized nation on the planet without crashing. Now, let me caveat that. If you've been around watching any of these episodes, and I apologize once again, they're deleted, they're not there anymore. But you'll get the feel for it when these new ones come out, because I'm really not that great of a pilot. Let's just face it. Can we just be honest with ourselves? I'm not that great of a pilot. So we're going to crash a lot. But here's the deal. The plan is to go from airport to airport, and we have to successfully land at each airport before we can move on. So if I'm flying from Salt Lake City to Boise and I crash, I'm coming back to Salt Lake City to do it over again. Now, originally I was going to say, hey, no matter where we go and how far we make it, if I die, I come back and I'm starting all the way back to Salt Lake City. That's just unrealistic. And I learned that over the last 4 weeks. It almost became infuriating to the point where I'm like, this isn't fun anymore. Like, I love my home state and I love my hometown, but I don't want to keep flying out of the same airport. And number one, I don't want to do it, and you don't want to see it. So, hey, if we make a successful landing, that becomes our new home base, and we move on to the next one, and we move on to the next one, and we will make progress that way. We still may do a couple repeat missions, because we still might do what I did like in one of the first missions in the training series, is just at the middle of the night, I'm driving along the taxiway and don't realize I've taken a small, slight turn for the wrong direction, and I literally drive myself into the Boise River. That kind of stuff can happen, and I'm grateful that I can do it in a simulator and don't have to worry about it in a real plane. And so is my wife. So, with all that said, the HeadTrip Air World Tour is going to be the core component. That's the gamified component of this channel, right? We're going to try to make it around the world, and we'll see different places, and there's going to be challenges, and it's going to be difficult at times, and there's going to be storms we have to roll through, and there's going to be beautiful days and snowy days, and we're going to be climbing certain mountains, and we're going to be going through certain forests, rivers, deserts. We're going to be crossing oceans. Hopefully we're not crossing oceans in this thing, but we will be crossing oceans. We're all going to do it in real time with the hard mode set on, which is, if you're familiar with Flight Simulator, it's true to life settings, so as close to simulated as you can with real, there's no assists, no computer assists. We're not going to use the computer auto assist autopilot. We will use onboard autopilots. If our plane has autopilot, I'm using autopilot when I need to, because first of all, we'll never make it around the world. If I gotta fly a 4-hour flight, I'm gonna get up in the air, I'm gonna put on autopilot, but I'll stream it, or I'll record it and upload it, whatever the case may be. And real time. So real world conditions, real world settings, real world weather. The only thing that we're gonna cheat a little bit on is time of day. So, we're going to use probably real world settings, and who knows, maybe we'll cheat on the weather too. But not to get around the weather, more just to provide variety for the experiences that we have. Because, let's face it, we all want to see what this game has to offer, right? We all want to see different weather conditions, different times of day. We all want to see different terrains, different times of year, because even all other things being equal, even if you do the same time of day, different times of year provide different experiences. Trust me on this one. It's just fabulous. I feel like I'm talking to I don't know what the music this is, but it's just gonna put us all to sleep. We're here in this cockpit. We're having a great time. The rain is just dripping on the windshield. This is great. Anyways, so that's what we're going to do. Now, that's the world tour component. Hopefully one day, who knows, maybe it'll be years before we make it around the world. But if we do get around the world, we will have seen a lot. And the goal is, as we choose a destination, we plan a destination, we do a little bit of research, we find out, maybe we'll even pick up some passengers along the way, have some, telephone discussions, some internet discussions, whatever. Pop open the TripAdvisor, the Yelp, Google Maps. You know what I'm saying? We'll make it an experience. At least we'll try. Okay, that's the World Tour. Second thing we're going to do is there's going to be episodes just like this one. And kind of like taxi talk, right? You just kind of sit back, chill with one of your buddies, have a conversation about something important in the world or not so important. And that's more of like the podcast format, okay? Just kind of chilling, talking, just like inviting a buddy over. Hey man, Aaron, you want to come over and sit in my cockpit? Hear the rain, hit the windshield, and let's just talk about, I don't know, pick your poison. Music, movies, the state of the world, politics. We'll tread that one very carefully. This is a place that I have no desire for drama per se, unless it's the good kind of drama. Like I'm gonna crash into that ocean because I ran out of fuel. It's the only kind of drama we are on around here. With that said, we have, in addition to this YouTube channel, we also have started a Discord channel, HeadTrip Air World Tour, and you're welcome to join. There's a little rule sheet. It might evolve over. I've never done this either. But the idea is if you want to come in and join the community, and there is none, by the way, right now. There's like 5 of us. My close friends and a couple of my kids' friends and stuff like that. But come on in, and you're welcome to come in and join the chat. The chat is I forgot the name of the chat, but there's a chat I've set up there that you can do live interactions with the cockpit. So, while we're doing live streaming, like flight streams, you can just hop on and then as long as we're paying attention, we can pull up the dashboard and see you're trying to chat with us and maybe have dialogue that way. You know how it works. You know the drill. So, anyways, Discord channel. Feel free to join. I may as well just pop up the link so that you can see it. That's not the link. I thought it was the link. I don't know where the link is. That just says, be sure to, let's just take this moment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Because that's what YouTubers say. Right? I mean, that's what we all say. Because, not that we care that much about, like, the number of subscribers we have, but what we want to do is have community and have dialogue. And just have an experience together. So, anyways, that's the point behind that. Somewhere around here, I'll find the link to Discord. Like I say, I'm still learning, but you'll see it soon. You'll see it soon. Okay. So, anyways, you'll see the dashboard, like I say, at the top. This is a little plug-in for Microsoft Flight Simulator called FlyLive, I think. Yeah, I think it's FlyLive. Little overlay, right? Keep track of what our departure airport is, our arrival airport, the rig we're flying, the aircraft. Right now we're in the Cessna 172. And then the World Tour attempt number. That will keep track of how many times we've attempted this tour around the world. And since I changed the rules a little bit, we'll have to figure out how that works. But it'll kind of keep a progress meter for us. And of course, your altitude, ground speed, heading, visual speed, all those things I thought would be helpful just as you hop on, and even if you're just checking in, say, where are they at right now? Kind of like the guy we saw in Oregon. Me and my wife ran into a guy who was paddleboarding from Canada to Mexico along the western coast of the United States. And he had can't remember his name, but we ran into him in Oceanside, one of our favorite places in Oregon. We ran into him in the Blue Agate little cafe right there, right on the beach. And we're like, what are you doing? And he had a little GoPro and this little paddleboarding. He's just like paddleboard and then find a little spot to just pull over. And he was like streaming it. And I don't know, like live streaming, but he was like checking in, posting pictures, and he had a GPS that you could actually log on and see where is he right now. And we went home, like after our vacation, we went home and we checked in and said, oh, check it out. Look where he's at. He's made a ton of progress. You know, it was a really, really fun idea. So I thought, maybe this dashboard's the way to do that. It's like check in, say, oh, here's where they're at, you know, and we have a couple maps that'll kind of update the states that we visited, the countries that we visited, give you, and my wife's coming in. Come on in, Deb, right in the middle of the first official live. She feels bad for me because she knows that I deleted all my we deleted all my other live streams. But hey, you know what? Life happens, right? Guess where we're at right now, by the way? Where do you think we're at? Oregon. Yep. It's, well, I'm going to show you a map and you see if you can figure it out. Okay, my wife just came in and, because she's, you know, the second, she's the co-Oregon aficionado. I'm going to show you a map, Deb, where we're at, and you tell me if you can figure out where this is. Okay, here we are. There's our plane. Nope, she said is it the Rogue River, and that's a good guess. Really good guess, actually. The Rogue River comes out in Gold Beach, but it's not Gold Beach. It's up north. Is what? She's still. I see the look in her eyes. She's puzzling it together. Oh, it's not up that far. It's not all the way up to Washington. And then my little dog. You want to come and breathe into the microphone? Yeah, my little Japanese chin. Lyra, she's amazing. She's an amazing dog. It's you should know this, Debbie, because I'm going to show you right now where we're at. Here, I'm going to give you a little Navigraph map. Right there, Deb. She just got that sparkle in her eye. For multiple reasons, guys, because our last name is Wheeler, right? And Wheeler is kind of it's the obligatory place. I don't care if you're in the neighborhood, you got to stop in Wheeler. You got to take a picture. There's two signs, one coming into town from the south, one coming into town from the north. It's a tiny little town, nothing big, nothing terribly fancy. We've always wanted to stay at the old Wheeler Motel, but it's too pricey for our blood at this moment. Maybe we'll do it for an anniversary or something like that. But Wheeler, Oregon is just fabulous. And, you know, we got Nehalem right above it. Cool. I mean, let me tell you. Go to Nehalem. Little tiny, probably like 5 or 6, 7 shops, right? But they're like antique shops. And it's just this tiny little village town. And there's this little pizza place called... Oh my goodness. It's right there. You can't miss it. I'm going to... Okay, now I'm going to get fired from that sponsor. Well, one day maybe they will be a sponsor. But look, anybody who goes to Nehalem, they're not going to miss the pizza place, right? It's right there. Here. You know what? We're not messing around. We're going to show them the pizza place. Okay, let's go to maps. Okay. Should we just do the pizza place? Can we do the pizza place? We're going to go to Nehalem, Oregon. And... oh, yeah. Wanda's. That's not it, though. Pizza Garden. Pizza Garden's it. And you come in right through Wheeler, across the bridge, come up there to the Pizza Garden, and they have some outdoor seating. And by the way, yeah, there's some great seafood right up here as well. Like half of our family went when we went with Deb's extended family. Half of them went to the Riverside Fish and Chips, and half of us went to the Pizza Garden. Seating out here right by the river, and I'm telling you, Debbie, 1 to 10, what's the experience? Pizza Garden. She's playing Property Brothers. Oh no, she's setting up a Tony's Pizza night. Well, hey, at least we're talking about pizza. You're at least in the realm of the correct topic. In Nehalem, the little pizza place we stay at, right? Out on the where your dad said that's the ship of Daniel Boone or whatever. You remember when he made that joke? Yeah, that was a good place. Anyway, it was a Pizza Garden. So, Pizza Garden, if you'd like to send a sponsorship, we don't need your money. Just give us some pizza, and we'll be happy, right? Anyways, so that's where we're at. We've been sitting here for the last who knows how long, and I apologize, some of these go long, but you can check out anytime you want. No problemo. And we'll probably wrap this one up. But that gives you an idea of some of the things we're going to be doing, and as it evolves, we'll figure out, you know, where we go from there. So, give you a little external view of the cockpit. Really, where we're kind of in this Wheeler. There's a bay, and Nehalem Bay comes in. Great, by the way, great crabbing at Jetty Fisheries right there south of Wheeler. It's like near Brighton. I'm gonna try to get on. I'll tell you what. We'll try to take off. I'm gonna give you a little bird's eye view of Wheeler. This is a perfect. I didn't plan this, but this is a perfect kickoff to the HeadTrip World Tour. I mean, Wheeler's starting in Wheeler. Where else would you start? A lot of fun things coming up, guys. So let's do this. Let's just see if we can. I really didn't plan a full-blown. This was supposed to be just kind of a taxi talk, a little bit. But we're here. Why? And it stopped raining. So why would we not at least give it a try? At least I semi know how to fly these things now. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm good, but I could be worse. Not very much worse, but I could be a little worse. I know how to turn the master switch on. You just look for the big red buttons and you're good to go. You got your Garmin's up. And of course, it's kind of nice to have this Garmin on too. So, and it's also kind of nice not to have alerts beeping in your face for too long. I'm sure my wife would agree, since she's like, "Do you have your seatbelt on? What's that beeping?" I was like, "Oh, yeah, okay." And by the way, I do wear a seatbelt, but sometimes it just takes me a moment to kind of check in. Okay, we better get this on before we wear our battery out, just chit-chatting. We need to get avionics if we're going to talk to anybody. I doubt there's anybody that's going to respond to us at this airport. And then our mixture, we're at sea level, so I think we're good to go full in on that one. We'll put this in a little bit to give us a little idling. I'm going to move my view down here so we can hit some lights. We could probably beacon for sure. Look at the weather outside. Strobe, taxi. I'm just going to throw it all on. I mean, you can't have too many lights when you're flying this weather. By the way, Oregon has a lot of this weather, so it's like Gothic. It's just awesome Gothic. It's lovely. Okay, let's just see if we can start it up, shall we? Right. And I always like to, I know it says do not touch the screens, but I'm going to touch them. Yeah. It's just fun. It's kind of like when you're a kid. If your parents tell you not to do something, you do it, not just because they said don't do it. So let's touch that a couple more times. And, okay. Hey, Deb, you have any desire to hop on just for a few minutes and chat as a co-pilot while we're flying around Wheeler? What's that? Well, you got to get your headset if you're going to do it, though. She'll go grab a headset, and she's showing me a text here. We are always down. Okay, great. Sounds like we got a Tony's night. Tony's Pizza set up. That's here in Utah, by the way, in Ogden. That's another classic. Meatball sandwiches from Tony's. So if you ever come around the Salt Lake area in Ogden, make sure you drop by Tony's. Okay, Debbie's coming in to the cockpit. I'll try to scoot over. Thank you guys for being patient with my long-winded storytelling today, but I thought it was important to set the stage for what we're planning on doing. Now, Deb, I'm going to have to... This is going to be interesting. I need to work on this cockpit layout. Okay, now be careful with the breathing. Deb, come on. Now, wait a minute. I haven't turned you on yet. She's already... It's going through my headset. And then I can hear her, just blowing in. It's like, So, all right, if you'll promise to be good, I'll turn you on. Does that sound good? 3, 2, 1. Our co-pilot is joining us. And that's why, honestly, okay. You know what? She was that snake that said, "You knew what I was when you picked me up," right? I mean, and that's the truth. And my wife is
still that snake.
No, my wife is not a snake. She's amazing. But that's just the analogy for hey. You know what? You married me because I'm going to do this to your microphone when you ever start a live stream. That was really kind of the informal contract we had, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're started up, I think. I don't know how I'm going to fly this arrangement, but we're going to try. Let me make sure my controls are... Oh my goodness, Deb. Luckily we have a compressor on there, though. A compressor should. To be fair, Debbie's using a microphone that's really not... It's like a Dragon Naturally Speaking microphone that I pulled out of a dusty drawer.
Are you in
She's trying to show me something on
are you in
Discord. Am I live? No, I'm not live casting, but I can throw us on the Discord, shall I?
Yeah.
Okay. If you can be patient with me for one more second, guys. This isn't a live stream, so you guys can fast forward for 2 minutes if you want. I'm gonna link us up to our Discord server. Do you want me to link us up to the Discord server or the other one, or the HeadTrip server, or? Let's just put that microphone down right there. Let's try that.
And I don't know if I should play.
No, you're good. You're good. It's the microphone, and frankly, I'll be honest. I think the compressor is gonna do its job. So let's just trust in that. I think it's just coming through my headset. I don't hear it. Let's see if there's any other complaints. Is there any other complaints right now for Debbie breathing into the microphone? Okay, there's no one on the fun bus. By the way, there it is. There's the link to our Discord server. I knew it was somewhere. If you want to join the Discord server, that's how you get there. So, agree to the rules. It says you'll be a nice person, and then come on in. I've set up levels of membership: economy class, first class, VIP, co-pilot. Hey, it should be a lot of fun. So you'll come in economy class, but we'll kind of tell you how to change that if you have any desire to do so. Anyways, no one's here, Deb, so we're, no worries. No one's listening to the breathing. Just me. Okay. I'll shut up. I was doing something. Oh, Discord server. Sorry. Just a second, guys. Let me just put a screen share on the Discord server. Because it sounds like maybe, I don't know, one of our friends want to hop in or something like that. If they want to see Oregon, this is how they do it for free. For free. If I can find the Discord server. There it is. Got like 90 programs open on my desktop. Where am I going? Which one am I broadcasting to? Zoo or HeadTrip? I'll just do it in HeadTrip. How's that? Tell them it's not on YouTube. I'm not live streaming it this particular episode. So they'll have to come into this one. Okay. Share screen. Make sure we share the full screen projector, which should show them exactly what the viewers should see. Ideally. There it is right there. We'll see if it works.
Do you even have friends on
Sometimes the multi-view. Okay, we're live. What?
Okay.
Yeah, we're live. So if anyone hops on, Deb, you can let me know, and if they want to chat on the fun bus, we'll let them communicate with us in the cockpit here. So I think we're ready to get some clearance. So we're here in Wheeler. I think we're faced. Let's just see which way we're faced.
No.
We're bringing our dog up because. Oh, and that's another thing about Oregon, guys. Sorry, this is another Travel Oregon promo, but Oregon is very dog friendly. Like if you have dogs and you want to travel, take them to Oregon because a lot of the hotels are very dog friendly and they just love their pets out there. And that's not always the case everywhere you travel. And so it's cheap enough for us to drive. And it's also, and my dog is like digging into the armoire Is that an armoire? That's not an armoire. What's those things called? Ottoman. Trying to build a cave in the fabric, apparently. I don't know what she thinks she's doing, but okay. Seeing this is where the viewers are like, yeah, this guy is just too much for me, man. He won't ever get to the point. That's kind of the point, though. The point is not to get to the point, right? Like, if you haven't picked up on that yet, that's the point. The point is we've started our aircraft, and we can now at least request departure. Well, let's just straight out, because I don't know which direction is what right now.
3 Sierra 7 traffic HeadTrip 12 taking off runway tree straight out departure.
Okay, there's no tower clearly in Wheeler, so we just announce our intentions and then we do what we want. That's kind of how it rolls around here. Let me get out of these weeds at least. I think if I take off my parking brake, we'll probably start going. See if I got any thrust. Now it's pretty, the weather is pretty ominous out there right now, so I don't know what we're going to see. Goodness gracious. There we go. I guess my parking brake was already. Woo-hoo-hoo! And this is how you learn quickly that I am not a pilot. Still fun though. Let's see what direction we're heading at least. Okay, so if we're heading... Okay, if we're heading south, that's not bad. But we're going to go right over the bay then. This is going to take us right out over the bay. And the ocean is to the right. Wheeler is to the left. Okay, before I do that, you see my trim down there? That is really a no-go. And now that I've eaten up half of my runway, I'm kind of tempted to do a UE, and let's do that. Let's do that. I mean, I told you we'll crash and we'll die a lot, but I don't want to do it like my first attempt in Wheeler. That's kind of embarrassing. You know? I mean, I don't have a lot of pride, but come on. There's got to be minimum standards that we follow here, especially for such iconic places such as this. Wheeler was an old, it's like a mining town, wasn't it, Deb? It had like a railway that went through, and I think it's either mining or no, it was forestry. I think it was forestry, which makes sense, right?
I think so.
If you go to Wheeler, you'll see a little tiny train stop. Can't speak. Throat just seized up. Oh, we got someone else joining us in Wheeler. Smart move. I like his plane. Look at that plane, Deb. It's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Why doesn't our plane look like that?
Oh.
I don't know. Was that an I don't know or I don't care? Okay, I think we answered that question. That was an I don't care. Usually Debbie's really Debbie usually cares about colors and fashion and mascots, and you know, she's not much of a sports person, but she sure does love mascots. So I thought you'd care about that nice little Miami Ocean blue colored plane. But
I did, but I was trying to use my brain for something else.
I see. Ordering Tony's Pizza.
I wish.
Me too. Me too. So as I get ready to take off here, we'll do a quick flyover. We won't make this won't be long. We'll just do a quick flyover, and then we'll try to land again, and then we'll stop the broadcast, and then the next stream we do most likely will be an official World Tour stop or attempt, but might be another taxi talk. Just depends on who I can line up for our first guest co-pilot. I've got a few in mind because there's some who did it during the test flights, and they were excellent. It's always more fun with someone else. We better announce our intentions here. Just like dating, right? What are your intentions with this lady? Go straight out.
3 Sierra 7 traffic head trip 12 taking off runway 15 straight out departure.
Now that I think about it, I think I already did that, but that's okay. Now they really know that we're going to be taking off. I think we've got our beacons going. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. We'll talk about maybe some parts of the plane, you know, at some point in time.
And about
Maybe
how
like-
ours plane sucks because it's not blue.
Yeah. Doesn't that remind you right there, Deb? Remember that time we were driving in Hood River Valley and we were taking those pictures and we were looking at it was at sunset. Doesn't that remind you of that scene right there?
Mm.
You know what I'm talking about,
Oh
huh?
yeah, with the lights, the light beams, the sunbeams shooting through the trees. Yeah, that does look
and
like
up at
that.
Panorama Point. If you ever go to Hood River Valley, go to Panorama Point. It's just a little mound, little hill, but it gives you a really good view of that valley, which is gorgeous because it has all these fruit trees and vineyards and a amazing view of Hood River. Not Hood
Yeah,
River, what am
I
talking
wish
about?
we were there.
Amazing view of Mount Hood.
We should be there right now.
Well, we are.
No, like in real life.
I know, this is, I told Debbie this is the second best thing, but it's not the real thing. So, it's the second best thing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think we're, the second thing I was going to do is my trim. My trim is completely out of whack. So let's just fix that. Or we'll literally just go into the ground. And we might go into the ground anyways. Because I'm not very good at this. I'm going to, just like my golf swing, I have a slice to the right. And when I take off, I have a slice to the right. I don't know why, but I do. Okay, that might have been just a little too much. Right there. We'll just go flat. All right. Jeez, I hope we're okay. We better be, because we're going. Let's just hope we get off the ground. This could be more difficult than I think. I'm going to give myself one level of flaps. See, and there's my slice. Already. I'm used to taking off Salt Lake International, and that is much, we'll see. Man, I got that slice. Let's just see if we can get off the ground before I kill us. Come on. Jason, you can do it. Don't run into trees. Just don't do it. You can do this. And there's the bay. There's the bay. And here's Wheeler over here. But I don't want to do it because I'll show you when I get more stable. I don't want to kill myself. I just don't want to. I'm going to fly out over the ocean. That's my safest bet right now. So we're going to... Right now I was telling you about Jetty Fisheries that's down there. Right around the corner. If you kept driving this way, you would hit Rockaway Beach. Just really, really, really pretty places down here. That's what I'm telling you. And if you think that is an overstatement right there, think again. There's Oregon in a nutshell. There's Oregon in a nutshell. Right, Deb?
Radio.
Radio. Okay, I'm going to get out far enough that I can just feel safe. I'm going to pull my trim up a little bit so that I don't wear my wrist out. But we won't do it so much that I stall, which we just did. We just did. But let's see if we can fix it. Okay. Okay. Come on. Yeah, I need... No. Jason, that's why we like oceans. Nothing to die with. Well, actually, a whole lot to die with. I feel like I'm flying into... I feel like I'm walking into the light right now, Deb. Doesn't it feel like we're walking into the light?
Yeah, is this like some Drab Majesty concert?
Yeah. I almost had like a second, what do they call those, afterlife
Epiphany?
experience? Epiphany. I'll turn around and see if we can, if we get up too high, we're going to kind of ruin our chances of seeing much of anything. I think we're going to have to drop altitude. But we do know we want to go west. So let's just keep moving. There she is. There she is. Nehalem Bay. One of our favorite places. I'm going to drop my flap. I mean, raise my flap. Whatever. jetty fishery and that crabbing. Right where the bay comes and meets the ocean. It's kind of right in there. Right straight ahead, sort of. We'll kind of come over here and show you Wheeler. The town of Wheeler. So, no travel guide's going to give you this vantage point. And Debbie's still got her breathing on, so I guess that's okay.
I don't know.
You're just breathing. You're just breathing normal. I'm not trying to get
You can, like, hear it?
It for some reason, it, like, comes through really clear on my headphones.
What about the live stream?
We'll find out. We'll find out. But even if it is, it's just...
I'm, like... trying not to breathe, and it's kind of annoying because I'm like holding my breath in.
Yeah, that's not fun, is it?
No.
We'll fix that. There's one of the jetty. I think that's jetty fishery right there. At least that's one of them. Might be the Kelly Brighton Marine or whatever. And here's Wheeler, town of Wheeler. Now I'm going to show you where that pizza. My gosh, I already forgot the name. Gosh. Jason, figure it out. Let's turn to the left. Turn to the right. You know what movie that is, Deb? Turn to the right.
I forget. What is it?
Raising Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
And there's the river. It comes along. Let's see if we can drop some. We're going really fast. I'm going to drop my throttle so we can, number one, bring our altitude down. Number two, maybe get a better view of Nehalem right here. I think I'm working towards Nehalem. Now I'm starting to get a second guess myself. Yeah, I think I missed it. This isn't Nehalem. This is pretty. This is right behind Nehalem. We've got to go this way. I mean, technically it's probably within the same. I don't know what town boundaries it's in, but. Okay. I think. Where's that bridge? Oh, there it is. There's Nehalem right down there. Right down there. We'll fly right over top of it. And it's that pizza joint, right? Here, let's get a better view, vantage point, without hopefully killing us. This is the river. And here's that pizza joint, right, like right here. This is the little town. There's the little antique shops. And, okay, I better get up before I die. Yeah, I better. I need more speed. Okay. That was it. That was it. Now, once again, you're not going to get that in a travel guide. And then the wonderful bay here. And maybe we'll go land just a little south here and we'll call this an episode. How's that? We'll see if we are alive by the time we're done with all this beautiful sightseeing. There's one of the marinas right there. I think that's jetty fishery where we do our crabbing.
Nice.
There's two of them. One's Kelly, I think it's called Kelly's Brighton Marina or something like that. And that one's probably just as amazing.
I was looking for the little fireplace that we sit and eat our crab with soda.
Oh, the fireplace. Yeah, they have it like a fire pit out there. They've got a fire pit, so like if it's cold and windy and rainy and you got your rain gear on, you go out and crab and then you come in and they got a big fire pit. You You boil your crab right there as you're walking up the dock, and you just eat your crab right in front of a fire pit. It's just magical.
Yeah, and you buy bottles of soda.
Bottles of soda, because bottles of soda are magical as well, aren't they?
It tastes better when it's in a bottle.
It tastes better when it's in Oregon.
Like a glass bottle. Tastes way better.
And this is where the bay meets the ocean. And then just on the other side of this is Manhattan Beach. And a few other places. I don't know 100% of everything out here, but, you know, we've driven by several of them.
What's that, like, launch pad thing that goes out in the ocean?
That's the jetty. That? Yeah, that's the jetty for the bay.
Are you going to land your plane there?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I may. It may not be intentional, but I may. I very well may if I'm not careful.
Did they cut into it? Or was that natural?
Oh, it's not natural.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Does not look natural.
So, here's the beauty of Oregon, right? Just where the forest meets the ocean. And coming up right up here is Rockaway Beach.
Ooh.
Really, and by the way, since we're talking about Rockaway Beach, the old Oregon Smokehouse, it's just a little tiny shack of a place to eat your fish and chips. It is amazing, right down here. Right down here. I hope I'm not, like, you know, getting disoriented, but I'm pretty sure that's Rockaway Beach right down there. Oh, and another thing, Pronto Pub. Make
Where's
sure you
the
go
little arch?
The little oh, that's good. Okay, that's a good way. Rockaway Beach has a little. It's right out there. See it?
Yeah. Okay.
There's a little arch out there. Pronto Pub. I was saying, go eat, get a corn dog at Pronto Pub and sit on the little corn dog ride. They have a little corn dog ride. Literally, that corn dog ride was the clincher that got my entire extended family on my wife's side out to Oregon. They all wanted to go sit on the corn dog, and it was all downhill from there. It's just there's a little arch. Now, I doubt it's going to look like an arch because that was small enough that the game may not render it as an arch, but you're looking at it right down below. One day, you know, they have 10 years to fix all this. Maybe they'll get these tiny little arches, but larger arches will show up. I'm pretty confident. Little, what do they call that? What's the name of those arches, Deb?
What do you mean?
They have a name. And you can see the arch. Look.
Oh,
look
yeah,
down.
you
Look at that little
can.
arch.
Yeah, you can see it.
That's impressive. That's impressive. And those aren't that big, so the game is coming through once again. Now, there's a nice little train that you can take between Rockaway Beach and Garibaldi. Garibaldi is this town right here on this next bay. This next bay is Tillamook Bay. And everybody knows Tillamook, right? Because we all like ice cream and we all like cheese. And you got the Tillamook Cheese Factory in Tillamook. So this is Garibaldi. Here's and there should be a G on the mountain. They have a G that's been imprinted on the mountain. Let's just see if this game picks it up. We might have to get down. I'm gonna drop down. There's a little smokestack that comes up, and a little harbor over here. This is where me and Debbie, we came one summer and we were like, ooh, there's a concert. There was a festival going on in Garibaldi, and there was a band called Appetite for Destruction, and it was a Guns N' Roses tribute band. And I gotta tell you, they were pretty legit. Like they sounded pretty good, and they looked exactly like Guns N' Roses used to look. And no offense, I mean, we all get older, and we all just, you know, everybody loves Guns N' Roses, but and Guns N' Roses is always better being the original band, but given the fact that, you know, if you ever wanted to kind of feel what it's like to see a Guns N' Roses concert back in the heyday, that's it. So I'm not seeing the G on the mountain. They usually have a little G here. Where's the G?
And the Dairy Queen.
Huh?
The Dairy Queen.
There is a Dairy Queen down there. There's a Dairy Queen. And do you see the G?
No.
Oh, there it is, right there.
Yeah,
there
right
it is.
there.
There's the G. And I'm gonna hit a mountain. Let's see if we can get a better shot of that G. I am not gonna live the day out here.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way I'm gonna. I need to plan that better. I need to plan that flyover better, or else we're gonna just die. Because I'm getting ready to run into mountains.
Well, you're not live streaming, so.
Well, yeah, but I'm recording. I mean, it's just as important. And now I feel the wind coming over those mountains. Ugh, got a little turbulence. It gets me a little nervous, frankly. But let's just hop in this valley, and we'll try to make our way back to the bay and find that airport and we'll land. So that's a short little tour. But if that's just even that little tiny stretch, and we're talking about like a couple miles, that's a pretty freaking darn good can't think the word. Testimonial. Tour. I mean, what's like the promotional? What's the word I'm looking for? Advice? I don't know. You know what I'm saying.
I'm the wrong person.
Debbie's like, corn dog? Let's see, the pizza? Where were we? Blue Plain? We'll try to make our way
testimonials. Yeah.
That's a good... There's a word for it. Let's see if someone in the chat...
Advertisement.
In the Discord chat. Our Discord chat really isn't that reliable, I'll be honest. We'll throw open the fun bus to see if anyone hops in. Could you ask someone to hop on Discord and tell us what the word is when you're trying to... That's a good... Like, I just showed you something that is...
Enticing.
Yeah. I mean, what's the word when you do that? That's a good...
You entice someone.
I want to say testimony, but that feels like church, right? It feels like church term. It's not that. It's something else.
Oh, our brains.
Mm-hmm. That's why we fly in simulators, right? Is our brains just don't quite compute sometimes. But why would they in this weather, right? I mean, look at this. Why would
are we beguiling people to travel to Oregon?
Beguiling?
I'm kidding.
That's beguiling.
I'm totally joking.
Thank you for coming on.
Tantalizing.
Tantalizing. Now thank you for letting us beguile you into coming to Oregon. Yes.
No, I think we were trying to allure.
But that's not the word I'm looking for.
I know.
Anyways.
Oh, woo.
What?
I just pulled up Wikipedia.
No, but I'm looking for a noun.
I know.
Not a verb, a noun.
I know, but I'm having fun with these words.
Okay. Let's hear a few more of them while we get ready to land here. I do think we're going to die, folks. But I'm just going to tell you, in this weather, I don't even know where the freaking airport is. And it's not like we've got a big city that we can just land on flat. And I've got a Charlie horse on my foot. That doesn't help. This is
a Charlie horse while you're driving?
Yes.
Or playing?
Yes. Charlie horse.
We're gonna die.
This is bad. What is happening? What is happening? Okay. As beautiful as Oregon is, yeah, this is going to end in death. 100%. I'm going to keep my rotors up, wow. Oh, you know what? We're okay. Guess why, Deb?
Why?
We have the Garmin. The
Garmin watch?
Yeah. This is what you do. This is what you do when you have no other choice. Well, this is what you do if you have any training. And there it is. Check that out, Deb.
Is that the airport?
Yes, we have a chance.
Okay, this is going to be a successful flight.
If it is, will you give me a prize?
Yes.
Serious? Like, can I get a prize?
Mm-hmm. I have a bag of popcorn downstairs.
Is it microwave popcorn or like
No, it's like real popcorn.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Like theater popcorn? Or like air popped?
It's cheddar popcorn.
That's not real.
Like white cheddar.
Okay, I need flaps. And how? I'm gonna put my flaps on full. Okay, see, do you feel that? Even though our throttle's down, because we were going too fast. Maybe. Oh, geez, this is terrifying. No. This is not gonna land well. But you know what? At least we tried. Can I still have some popcorn if I don't land successfully?
No. I'm kidding.
There we go. Get this out of the way. We don't need the... Okay. That's it right there. That's literally it.
That's gonna end well. How can it not?
Because it never does. It never does. I'm an amateur.
No, you're just fine. Look.
I'm an amateur.
No, you're doing great.
Oh my gosh.
See?
Oh my gosh.
No, you've got this. Just breathe.
Don't got this.
But just don't breathe in the microphone.
Don't got this.
You've got it. See?
Oh my gosh.
I told you.
I don't want to... Oh my gosh.
There's that cool airplane.
You know what? I feel so happy for so many reasons. Because I successfully landed in Wheeler. That's kind of
you
important to me.
didn't suck, but you successfully landed.
I successfully landed. My wife is always keen to point out facts.
Yeah.
That was beautiful, Deb.
That was good.
That actually made me happy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you feel happy right now?
I do. I
feel happy.
Yeah, it was a really nice flight.
See, guys, this is what HeadTrip Air is all about, really. This is, and you'll probably never see it again. This is a once in a lifetime. Like, if you were here, you should feel happy. Like, you should want to go to Oregon, and you should want to continue to watch our live casts, our what we're going to call our flight cast. And if you want, heck, shoot me a line in Discord, and you can even maybe be a co-pilot, and we can do some taxi talk in the rain on airport of your choice. How's that?
And maybe we'll even provide a prize just for you.
Yeah, and maybe we'll get a sponsor for your prize, because I have a few friends in the biz, right? A few friends in the biz. Their viewership is probably no more than mine, and mine is 0. But still, I got some friends in the biz, and we'll get you some sponsored prizes if you can successfully, you know what I'm saying. We got a school tour bus here. I mean, the word is getting out. Look at that, Deb. I said, hey, we're in Oregon. I said, we're in Oregon, and we're in a beautiful part of the world. And guess what? The visitors have already started to show up.
There you go. Word gets out.
And that's why we do what we do, guys. There's too much negativity in the world. There's too much conflict. There's too many hard days. So let's take the days that we can, and even though we don't have a blue plane, that guy has a gray and a blue plane.
Mm-hmm.
I like that plane.
Yeah.
How do we get that plane?
I don't know, but I think you need to work towards it.
I do too. And maybe one day we'll even have like a full-blown logoed jetliner, HeadTrip Air jetliner.
That would be brilliant.
The sky's the limit for us, literally, guys. This has been fun. And this has been a long cast, but we're grateful that you've joined us. This has been by far my favorite cast that I've done, and luckily it's the first one. All my test flights have been a little
because you didn't crash and burn.
Yeah. and because I get popcorn, right?
That's right.
I get
yes.
Popcorn. And as you know, I love my popcorn. They do call me Papa Wheeler, by the way. That's my nickname. Papa Wheeler. That's just their way of saying, hey Wheeler, will you pop some popcorn for us? You'd like to think it's endearing, but they really are just asking you to do some manual labor for them to pop popcorn. But we'll take it. We'll take it, guys. Hey, this has been fun. We look forward to many, many, many more adventures with you. I've had a few people reach out who already want to co-pilot, and so I'm glad for that. You were here the first day, December. What am I talking about? see, me and Debbie talk before, like, our brains don't go quite as fast as our mouths do. It's not December, guys. It's not even close to December. It is August. Just the opposite. Think of December and then think the opposite. It's August 22nd, 2001. The first day we kicked off.
2001.
You know what? This harkens back to a conversation that Debbie and I had just before I started this flight. She was laying in bed, and I walked in, and she says, "You know what, Jason?" I said, "What?" She says, "We're idiots." And I said, "I know." And she says, "Do you think our kids know?" And I said, "I'm pretty sure they do." I'm pretty sure they know we're idiots. But I said, but they love us. We love them. And that's all that matters in life, right? I mean, just come on, be happy. Travel to Oregon, eat some pizza, sit on a corn dog, land on the airport in Wheeler, and your life doesn't have to be bad anymore. It can be beautiful.
We really truly hope and desire that you've been beguiled.
We do, and there will be much, much, much more beguiling in the future. I can promise you that. That is a promise of HeadTrip Air Tour. You will be beguiled on a regular basis. So I think what we'll do is the last thing is we'll shut down our aircraft, and we'll call this a day. I think we're good with our throttle. I think we're good with a lot of things. We're good with a lot of things. The only thing we're not good at, is actually using the computers that are in our skulls.
That's right.
But you know what? The world's got to have all kinds.
Somehow we make it.
The world's got to have all kinds. People who are successful, people who are beautiful, people who have friends, people
who don't have friends,
people who play flight simulator. It takes all kinds. We'll put that parking brake on. And Loki's just sitting on your lap. I mean, how can you not have a wonderful life when you have two Japanese chins, and they just come up to you and just lay on your lap, and all they want is love, right? So that's what the world needs, is a little bit more love. And you're gonna find it here at HeadTrip Air, despite being beguiled. All right. Thank you, guys. We'll catch you on the flip side. Thank you for choosing HeadTrip Air, and we'll see you soon.